So April Williams is first. Michelle, thank you for subscribing. Of my shop? Oh my God, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. In fact, it might be fun to do a before and after because right now, ooh, I didn't mean to turn y'all like that. I'm sorry. Right now, there's only, I have a couple rooms in my shop and the front, which is going to be decorated up for Halloween tomorrow for Samhain. But a month from today, we open the expansion onto the other side. So I will have a full apothecary, tea bar, etc., etc., etc. And if you guys didn't know, April, I have to redraw. I have to redraw your cards because I had my deck upside down. My sorry. My sorry. There we go. Yeah. For those of you guys that are subscribers, you guys are going to get a little special tour of some areas starting very soon. I'm just letting you know. So if you guys want a sneak peek into the shop, into the new part, then you better be a subscriber. All right, April. Better. Better. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. All right. I love these cards. I don't read with them as much as I used to, and I really need to start doing that. Once we get past this expansion, it'll be a lot easier for me to have a better schedule during the day on readings and stuff. So, all the prenite will be in tomorrow. And if it comes during shop hours, I will absolutely open those bitches on a live. I'm just saying, because I have a problem. I should have opened my last box on a live, but Bitsy was there, and Leanne was there, and Brody was there, and we selfishly went through everything. Just saying. All right. Ready, April, honey? So, April, you start with the gateway and warning and opportunity. Then you have aging, maturity, and healing. Then you have ambition and collaboration. And then you have the messenger of the gods. So here is what's up. Before let me pause just real quick. For those of you guys that have never watched me read with these cards, or you've never watched anybody read with these cards are absolutely a no holds barred kind of an asshole deck sometimes. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Because yeah, they don't sugarcoat shit. I'm just letting you know. Okay. All right. April. Right now, you kind of have this interesting, it's almost like you're standing at a gateway, but instead of just having, you know, the past and the future, you actually have a couple of ways you can go through the gateway. Now, you're standing literally on the doorstep, paused, because it's like, I don't know which way to go. This is all about your spiritual path and what's going on in your life right now. Something has kind of, as you've been going on this path and you've been coming up to this point now, and I have a feeling that this is what I'm about to talk about isn't really going to come to fruition, isn't really going to be a thing where you need to make a decision until, I'm going to say probably the 5th or 6th. So next week. You're at this gateway on this precipice right now, okay? There are 2 paths in front of you. One goes to the right, one goes to the left. As you've walked along the path that you're on, you have grown so much exponentially that part of you doesn't want to make a decision to go left or right because unfortunately, the longer that we're on any type of spiritual path, we get more and more paranoid and suspicious of people because people are assholes. So you're afraid to step out on either path right now. You're kind of standing on that precipice. Here's what I'm going to recommend you do. Well, here's what the cards are recommending you do. Let me see that. Because of this aging, maturing, and healing, you've literally got about a week before you have to make a decision. And the reason I say that you have to make a decision is because after the 4th or the 5th, really after this new moon energy is, or full moon energy is completely gone, the universe is going to make the decision for you. So if you don't make the decision by, I'm going to say the evening of the 5th at the latest, on which pathway you want to go on, the universe is going to make it for you. Okay. And I don't know about you, but I like to make my own decisions. I get a little offended sometimes when the universe makes them for me, but it just means I'm dragging my feet. So give this some really hard thought this week. And here's the best way to do this. Hey, Scott, thank you for subscribing, Sweet Pea. Look at all of the things that you've learned along your path. Since you started walking your spiritual path, look at all the things you've learned. Look at where you've worked with other people. Look at where you've found other people. Look at where other people have left your life, have left your path. Look at the things that you want to learn, the things that you want to do. This is going to be a good time for you to sit down and make a list, okay? First of all, make a list of the things that you don't want to do anymore spiritually. Maybe you really thought you wanted to read tarot cards and you started learning and you were like, yep, this is not for me. Or maybe you were like, I'm going to learn numerology. And then you started learning and you were like, yeah, I'm not doing this. So whatever the things are that you've found on your path up to now that you're like, no, that is not for me. Make a list of that. And then make a list of the things that you want to look at, that you are ready to see, that you're ready to learn, that you're ready to do, you're ready to experience. Look at where your ambition lies as you're moving forward. Over the next 2 days especially, pay attention to this. This represents your spirit guides. This represents those people that are talking to you in dreams. The Messenger of the Gods card is all about getting messages from the beyond. Y'all, dreams get very intense during a full moon, especially a supermoon. This is the last supermoon of the year. So April, while I'm talking to you the most, this is for all of you guys. Be paying hardcore attention to your dreams this weekend, okay? Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the things that your gut is telling you. Pay attention to the signs you're seeing, everything you're getting. For this weekend, April, don't stress about making the decision, okay? Don't stress about making the decision. Instead, look at all of the things that you no longer want to do on your spiritual path and the things that you still want to accomplish, okay? You're going to find that you already know exactly which path you want to take, all right? But this is a good weekend for you to get this all nailed down. Because like I said, you only have to like the 4th or the 5th, and then the universe is going to, the universe is going to make the decision for you. And you don't want to do that. Okay? Okay, Miss April. That makes sense? And now, you know, you have to report back to us and tell us, you know, what path you decided to take. We all want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. All right. Thank you, Paradise. Miss Bitsy, we ready? Yeah, we're all invested now. All right. Nope. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. Who, me? Me? You are funny. These cards think they're funny tonight, too. Look, babies, I'm sorry. I haven't used you in a while. I promise I won't leave you in the box as long this next time. Okay? Seriously. I promise. I promise. All right. So you start off with reflection. I'm going to hold these up for just a little bit longer because I just want y'all to appreciate the artwork of these cards. They're fantastic. So reflection. Thank you for the compliments on my hair. Then you have the advisor and counsel card. Then you have decision, performance, and impact. And then you have the crossing between life and death. So, you have an interesting 2 weeks coming up. Over the next 2 weeks, you're going to spend a lot of time talking to your counsel, to the people around you that you trust their decision, reflecting back on things that have happened, that didn't happen, that maybe you are manifesting in the future, or talking about, it's literally not just going to be you, it's going to be other people reflecting to you as well. So pay really close attention to this counsel, to these people that are around you, to those new people tribe-wise that have come in, that have found you, that you have found, etc. There's a reason that people spend time reflecting, especially when they're on a spiritual journey. When others around you need to reflect, I want you to just listen, like in the next 2 weeks. I want you to just listen, and I don't want you to volunteer a lot of your own reflections. And here's why. Because in other people reflecting to you, you're going to see a lot of your own reflections in what they're saying. You're going to realize that a lot of people are actually in the same boat that you are. And that is going to make you feel even more a part of this council, even more a part of this tribe. But you're also going to find out that in listening to other people reflect, that maybe there is some issues that you have going on spiritually, physically, whatever, that maybe you haven't been looking at them in the right way. Thank you, Christy. How are you? A lot of times when we just listen to other people, when we listen to them when they're reflecting and so on, they may have the exact same problem we have, and they may give you the exact answer you need. Okay? So just listen to your counsel's reflections. Okay? Just listen. Just listen. Once you've listened, and then really, even though it's over this next 2 weeks, you're going to start making decisions on what you want to do and where you want to go. Right now, you think you have kind of an idea, and then at the same time, you're like, I have no fucking idea what I want to do. Over the next couple weeks, y'all aren't seeing me, y'all didn't see me on, okay? Over the next couple of weeks, you're going to find that where you thought you were going is going to kind of shift and pivot a little bit. All these reflections are going to make a massive impact on what you want to do, what you want to be when you grow up. But this one right here is interesting. This is the crossing between life and death. Thank you, Just a Girl. This is the crossing between life and death, okay? with this decision, this card right here represents a few different things, but this right here, this is a decision that once you make it, you can't really go back. This is some of those things that, like, I can't unsee that, right? As you go along and as you're making this decision and as it impacts you, once your brain has shifted with this decision, there's no going back. Okay? There's no going back. I'm just letting you know. Once you make this decision, there's no going back. Now, I know that's you're kind of like, oh God, what kind of decision am I going to make? That's not it. And I want you to notice that above the building is the full moon. Okay? I want you to notice that. That is the decision. When we start really paying attention to where the universe is sending us, where we're going, we hit these different levels and there is no going back down. There is no going back down. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. I assume that my my mods got them. Thank you, Ghost Rider. But we go up in levels, and y'all have no idea how many times I look around at people that are absolutely oblivious to anything else in the world. And I'm like, I would love to go back to being oblivious. I would love to go back to just giving more of a shit about how my yard looked than where I was going on my path. You know what I mean? There are just some times that you're like, I would love to be oblivious again, but you can't. You can't go back. It just is what it is. It's just like, would I love to move back in with my mom and dad and go back to high school and only be worried about what kind of book report I'm going to write? Fuck yes. Can I? No. So as you go along this path and as you make this decision this next couple of weeks, just know that it's a major shift for you in your path, okay? It's not something you can just go back from. Not bad at all. So don't think that, okay? Don't be sitting there and thinking that I'm saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's a major shift. It's a major push. It's a major move forward, okay? Yeah. Does that make sense? So, yeah. Aw, you're welcome, love. All right. Brook Harton. Hey, catty guy. I'm sorry you lost your mom, honey. Everybody's having a hard time lately. It's not just Geminis, trust me. It's not just Geminis, trust me. Everybody's gifts are heightening. Everybody's gifts are going through the ringer. Everybody's gifts are changing and shifting, and yeah, everybody. Yeah. So it's not just you, sugar. But know that you are always welcome to hang out here. Always, always, always. Okay? We'll all be going through the shit together. Just come hang out, okay? All right. This full moon is also full of emotions, and it's kind of running people through the ringer, okay? So yeah. We got you, catty guy. Just hang out with us for a little bit, I promise, all right? All right. Brooke, you ready? Brooke, you have the Messenger and Diplomat card. Then you have Beauty and Vanity. Then you have the Rule of Three, the Informed Decision. And then you have Ambition and Collaboration. All right, Miss Brooke. Honey, you're fixing to get some good fucking news. Let me just say that. You're fixing to get some good news. And here's what I love about this. Not only are you fixing to get some good news, but it's going to come wrapped up in this beautiful package. And when you get the beautiful package and the good news, you're going to go, wait, whoa. This is too pretty. It's not, I mean, it's too wrapped up. What's the catch? Like, where's the bad part of this? Where's the bad part of this? Okay. But here's the thing. Just accept it. Okay. You don't have to say yes. You don't have to say no. You don't have to say anything, but just accept the news. Okay. Just accept it. Take it in its pretty little package. Say thank you and just hold on to it. Because here's the thing. The news that you're going to get, it is as good as it looks. It is as good as it looks. The reason that I say to hang on to it is this card right here. Not only is this news as good as it looks, but by you just kind of sitting on that good news for a day or two, a couple of days, 3 days, you're going to find that that news kind of expands more than you thought. That little gift, when you open it up, it's like Mary Poppins' bag in there, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. So just hold on to that news for a little bit. Because once you have this news and you hold on to a little bit, let it explode, let it expand, let it expound. That's when you can make the decision on acting on it or not. On saying yes or no. Okay? Does that make sense, Brooke? Because I know that you have been fucked over so many times that when this good news comes up, when this good news comes to your lap, you're like, yeah, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Don't worry though, because I'm in the same boat. When something good happens, I'm like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And then I have to make myself step back. I have to go, bitch, stop. Sometimes good things happen. Stop second guessing it. Just say thank you and accept it. But like I said, sit on it for a little bit. Sit on it for a little bit. It's not time to make the decision just yet. Get the good news, say thanks, unwrap the box, and just let it grow. This is fantastic news, sugar. It's fantastic news. And it's even better. It's even better than it sounds when you first hear it. Does that make sense? It's almost like one of those things where you have this cake put in front of you and it looks just fantastic. It looks so good. Like you can't wait to get a piece of the cake, okay? Somebody cuts you a piece of the cake and you bite into it and it's literally heaven in your whole face. It's better than you ever thought it would be. That right here is exactly what this is. Okay? So, enjoy it. Enjoy it. It makes sense, but it's hard to believe. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I followed you back, sugar. Just sit on it for a couple days, okay? Just sit on it for a couple days. Thank you, love. Yeah, just sit on it for a couple days, okay? You didn't see me yawn. You didn't see anything. These are not the droids you're looking for. So, yeah. And then you have to come back next week and let us know what that is, Brooke. Like I said with April, now we're invested and we all need to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Just saying what I'm saying. You are so welcome, sweetie. Yeah, we all want to know. It has been a long week. I swear this week has felt like so long. Hey, Gavin, how are you, sugar? All right. Oh my God. Y'all must have filled my list up because my list, I just refreshed my list and it went from 11 to 23. 24. Shit. All right. Miss Shannon Collins, this one is for you. So I will tell you guys, if you are waiting on your reading on your turn and you fall asleep, no big deal. I am streaming live on YouTube. Oh, thank you, T. I appreciate that. I looked over on YouTube and saw, oh my God, your hair is so pretty. Thank you, sugar. So yeah, if you fall asleep, don't stress. It's over there on YouTube. And Miss Tiffany is fantastic at putting everybody's names and times and all of that stuff. I don't know what I would do without my girls. I really don't. So those two fell out like that. We're going to read them exactly how they fell. All right. Miss Shannon, you ready? Y'all didn't yeah. Y'all didn't see that. All right. So you have two things that fell out, and it's really interesting the way they fell out. So on the top, you have the gateway, warning, acquisition, etc. But here, this one fell out underneath it, whopper jawed like this. And this is the transformation card. This tells me that right off the bat, you're second guessing a transformation. You are in the middle of it and you're kind of starting to second guess what's going on. Honey, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, okay? Right here, since this is not completely up, since it's whopper jawed, you are still firmly in the middle of this, like firmly, absolutely in the middle of it. Having it under that card tells me that as you're going along, you're looking around like, I don't know that this is really what I wanted. Like, I don't know what's up. We all go through that. And there are so many times that I have, just speaking for myself personally, gone through a transformation and then looked around and been like, I don't think this is what I signed up for. I don't think this is what I signed up for, but here we go. I've gotten to the point now in life that I'm just like, oh, this is what we're doing now. Okay, this is what we're doing now. Yeah, it just is what it is. But you are not alone whenever, really? You are not alone in this transformation issue. It happens a lot. Then you have this. You have the Keeper of Secrets. I guess I should do this so I don't get in trouble with TikTok. The Keeper of Secrets. What I do find interesting is at the end, you have collaboration. Ambition, collaboration. This transformation is making you pull more into yourself. And as you continue to go further with this transformation, it's going to make you pull back a little bit more. In other words, this transformation is going to knock people off your path. People that I don't think you thought they were going to be there forever, but they're people that you never expected to leave. So just know that there are going to be some people removed from your path. They'll probably remove themselves. But there are going to be, I'm going to say two in particular, that you're just going to know as you go further through this transformation. And I think you already do know, but there's two people in particular that you're going to have to let go of, that you're going to just have to kind of drift apart from, okay? It's just part of it, unfortunately. It is part of it. People lose long-term friendships. People lose long marriages. People lose best friends. People, it's just because you're no longer meant to go on the same path with each other. It sucks, but it is what it is. No one person is meant to go on the exact same path with someone else every step of the way. Even people that have the most amazing relationship, the most amazing marriage, etc., end up, they don't walk the exact same path. They just don't. So you're going to have to keep this transformation a secret, and you're going to have to keep the secret that you're going to have to let go of some people in your path. The ambition and collaboration is very interesting, because after letting go, you're going to find a whole new zest for life, for moving forward. You're going to find a whole new zest for walking deeper and further along your spiritual path, walking bigger in your own life. One of the wonderful things that comes with your spiritual path, and this is for all of you, okay? This is for all of you. This is funny, my friend. I love that. I'm sorry, HH. I'm glad you're here, honey. I'm glad you're here. As you go along your path, you start to walk taller. You start to really own who you are. You start to become your authentic self. Does it mean that you have to hide some things from somebody? There is a weird little mosquito or gnat right here in front of me, and I can't do it anymore. Yeah, you're going to have to hide things at some point. But as you walk further and further and further, you stop hiding anything from anyone. As you're going through this transformation, you're going to start doing that. You're going to start being your absolute 100% authentic self. So that ambition, that spiritual ambition, is going to grab you by the hand and take off running. So get ready for it. As you let go of some people in your life, just know that every time you let go of somebody, you're going to be rocketing forward. Okay? So put your big kid pants on and get ready. Like, strap yourself on a little backpack with a cooler and all those things. And all those things, because it's all like Donkey Kong. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm so glad that I can help in any way, H. I'm so glad. Seriously. You are welcome to come and hang out with us anytime, okay? Anytime at all. All right, Kaylee D. All right. That is too many cards, and I'm not doing that. Kaylee, why are you throwing cards at me? Why are you throwing cards at me? All right, then. All right, then. Have you always been a card thrower? I'm just saying. Have you always been a card thrower? All right. You can't make this shit up. You start off with Freya, which is love and fertility. And looky there. The full moon. Then you have creativity, novelty, and artistic struggle. Then you have forgiveness, mindfulness, and kindness. And then you have, of all things, reconciliation. I knew this was coming, so I chose to hide it. Y'all didn't see it, and it doesn't count. I have been working so much at home, at the shop, at the new shop, that I am flat exhausted. But at the same time, when I talk a lot and don't breathe, I tend to yawn. Oh, good, Jessica. All right. Doesn't count. No one saw. It doesn't count. All right. So, Miss Kaylee, as I switch and move around and yeah. Oh, well, we're glad you're here, Julia. I totally need that chair where you can sit with your legs all folded up. Oh, man. Okay, that's what I get for saying repeatedly, y'all didn't see that one. My meat sack is dumb. I'm just saying. My meat sack is dumb. Kaylee, we're about Kaylee now. We're not about this stupid meat sack. All right. Kaylee, I don't know what sign you are, but apparently this Aries full moon is going to bring a ton of fire and creativity into you. Whatever this creative block is that you've had going on, it's over. It's over. Whether it's over this weekend, whether it's the beginning of next week, whatever it is, that creative slump that you've been in, that creative block where you just stop doing anything at all, making stuff, painting stuff, drawing stuff, whatever your creative outlet is, it's over. What I think is really interesting is that it's going to be over in such a unique way that you're kind of going to almost panic in a way with all of the insane, amazing ideas that are just smacking you really hardcore. Write them down, okay? Write them down. Because if you don't, you're going to lose them. Y'all are going to get to see me yawn a lot tonight. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Thank you, Jessica. Pay attention. Write your ideas down. Even, okay, don't write them down while you're driving, but you can always have your phone, whether it's Siri or Google, take a note for you, okay? Don't lose them. Don't lose them. The other part of this reading is going to be hard. I know you're like, wait. The other part of this reading is going to be hard because you are going to have to overcome and forgive. I'm going to say first is yourself, but the other part is you have somebody that's going to come back into your life probably over the next 3 or 4 days. I don't think that they're going to ask you for a complete reconciliation, but they are going to ask to be friends again. They are going to ask to be in your energetic circle again. They are going to ask to, they're going to ask for forgiveness. I'm going to advise you to really, really look at the whole of the situation. Really look at them, really look at what's changed since you last saw them, etc. Give it the benefit of the doubt, okay? Don't just gloss over what they're saying. Don't just poo-poo it and send them on about their way. Pay attention to what they're saying. I'm not going to say whether they are sincere or not, but pay attention to what they say, okay? I'm just going to say this. They do have honest intentions in mind, but they may not be able to hold up their part of the bargain, if that makes sense. Okay? So be very careful about a full reconciliation, but know that they are going to ask for that. So while you're trying to decide what you're going to do about if you should reconcile with this person or not, you have all this creative energy and juices, and you can turn it into something amazing. Okay? Okay? It's going to be a fantastic weekend for so many people. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have absolutely no idea. All right, Arden Fry. You ready? Fire. Arden Fire. Why did I say Fry? I'm having kind of a little bit of a cold flash, so we just going to put the sweater. All right. Arden, here we go. Okay. You just went ahead and threw out 2 cards there. Didn't even give me a chance to shuffle. Really. Oh, Gandalf card. Okay. All right. The reason you had 2 come out and had to draw the other 2 is because they're 2 separate things, but they are related. Like this is a thing and this is a thing that will help you with this thing. Okay. So let me explain here. First of all, you have judgment and final decision. And then under that, you have poetry, language, and expression. So judgment was on top and then this here. Okay. This situation that's represented in these 2 cards is you absolutely letting someone go out of your life. This is you making the decision. You are done. There is no more. And you being able to finally fully express yourself. You didn't see it. It doesn't count. You didn't see it. It doesn't count. You are making the right decision. You are making the right decision. I have a feeling that you've been mulling over this decision for a while before you finally have done it, before you finally have cut ties, whatever it is you're doing. Express yourself in the way you need to express yourself, because whatever this is with this person in this situation, you have been holding yourself back. You haven't been expressing yourself. I don't know if it's because they're not allowing you to express yourself or what, but you are absolutely making the right decision. Okay. I hope that helps by telling you that you're making the right decision. You're probably still going to beat yourself up, is what it is. So let's talk about these 2 cards over here, because like I said, over here you have fucking Gandalf. This is just wisdom. Straightforward wisdom. Then you also have the counselor and advisor card. You have an amazing person in your life that knows, they just know the things. Not only do they know the things, but go talk to them. This is somebody that has been popping up repeatedly in your mind. I don't think you've talked to them or seen them in a while. They can help you with this decision. Good, I'm glad that helps. They can help you with this. They can help you with this feeling like you made the wrong decision, feeling like maybe you should have done something different. They are going to have a whole other insight on this over here. So I would highly recommend going and talking to them, calling them, going to their house, whatever, and talking to them. Because even though you make this decision, you know it's the right decision, it's still going to hurt. It's still going to bother you, and you're still going to sit and think, man, but what if, okay? Talk to this person. Take their advice. Because been there, done that. They have the experience. Does that make sense? And I am glad that you said that this was making sense with the made the right decision and so on. So yeah. Over here, though, go talk to this person. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad it makes sense. Like my whole nose got plugged up again. Hey, thank you, Nabala. I probably said your name wrong, and please, please, please forgive me. Please, please, please forgive me. All right, Daylene. Oh, I am wrong. Hang on. It didn't shuffle this into my first 5. So Nikki Norton is my other first 5. Let me get Nikki's done. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll move on down. I am so sorry. That just, what a crappy crap thing. All right. Nikki, you are next, honey. Okay. I'm sorry. I was like, wait, why is that doing that? Because it didn't do the right thing. Daylene, and then Nikki, and then we'll move on the list. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Just a girl. Aw, hey, Kelly from Canada. Thank you so much. This one is a big piece of blue fluorite. And then, of course, I have my sweet baby that I always wear. Well, I appreciate it, love. I just realized, I was like, wait, why are some of these off? So I apologize. Good night, Miss Valerie, honey. All right, Daylene, you ready? Oh, hey, I'll happily, a light, excuse me. Honey, I would happily make you some tea before bed. All right. Boy, you just went through a big old shift, didn't you? So you start off with Frey, which is spring and new beginnings. Then you have Freya, which is love and fertility and sexuality. So let's talk about this for a minute. Let's talk about this for a minute. Because you just went through an intense, wonderful, massive level up. But the problem is with this level up, with this shift, with this change, you have an overabundance of energy right now. Not only do you have an overabundance of energy, but it's almost like you can't stand your own self. You have so much energy because of this shift that you can't stand your own self right now. What I love about this is that it's pushing you to do a ton of new things. It's pushing you to change, to shift, go, 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 go. Now, it's a good thing until it's not a good thing, because this is also the Temperance card, which tells me that it's getting to the point where you need to kind of pull back on it just a little bit. You need to have this energy reined in slightly, because it's apparently starting to wreak havoc everywhere. Wreak havoc in your life, in your path, in your work, everything. When we have this intense energy that is just almost too much for us to physically handle, we tend to work too much. We play too much. We overdo whatever it is that it's the easiest for us to do. So I'm just going to say, just practice some temperance here. Practice moderation. Practice letting all that energy out for an hour and then putting it back in so you can go home, so you can go to work, whatever it is. Just in moderation. I don't want you to burn this new beginning energy out, because over here you have the doorkeeper and navigation, meaning that you're about to come to a very interesting split, fork in the road, crossroads, whatever you want to call it. I think it's probably more of a split in the road than a crossroads. If you lose all of this energy, you're going to have a hard time when this split in the road comes. Shit, can't hide that one. Don't lose all this energy. Don't let it go. Just practice the moderation with it and use your energy stores when it comes to navigating whatever is coming forward. I also find it interesting that these two cards over here are very feminine. They both have the same face, etc., Frey and Freya. But these two over here that came out kind of separately, they are absolutely some scary dudes. Like, there's a watcher here, and yeah. So be really, really careful. Be really careful of what you expend your energy on, because it is absolutely going to be needed. It's absolutely going to be needed later on. And I don't think this is going to take very long to come to fruition either. Maybe a week. Maybe next weekend. Yeah. Store that energy up. Just put it in a bottle. Just put it in a bottle. And sell that shit. I'm just saying. Just saying. Sorry there. I did not mean to pull you down, YouTube. All right. Nikki Norton is next. Hey, love, they are ravens on my earrings. I feel like an asshole suddenly. I can't remember the name of the lady's shop that made them for me. It's Miss Scarley. She's usually on here. But she hand beaded these for me, and they're fantastic. They also have a bind-rune on the bottom. Yes. They're also super lightweight. I love, 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 love them. Love them. Oh, the ravens. I love it. Scarlet poppies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was like, I know. I should know this. All right. Let me untangle myself. Are we ready, Nikki? Are we ready? I haven't turned these over yet. Are we ready? Aw, hey there. How are you, sweetie? I love your face. Hello in Myrtle Beach. Here we go, Nikki. You have the present, the now, the here. Then you have nightmare. Then you have darkness and fog. And then you have reconciliation of opposites. Honey, you're fixing to go through a pretty intense time with people very close to you. People that you lean on, people that help you through things. You're fixing to go through a really intense time with them. And the thing is, I think that you probably have an inkling that's coming. I think that you either feel it in your gut or you've already been having some dreams, whatever it is, you really feel this inkling of this crap coming. I would also say that this is some females that are around you, whether this is family, aunt, mom, sibling, whatever, or whether this is coworkers. It's a little bit harder to tell. But the darkness and fog that's going to come with this issue, I'm just going to say, as much as you can, step back from it. Okay? As much as you can, step back from it. There's going to be more than just you and this other person involved in this. The other main person in this is all about the drama. They know how to play the drama game. So they are going to try to keep you in the darkness. They are going to try to keep you in the fog, and that's fine. You just stay there and don't be a part of it. Don't play their game, because it's going to make things really, really rough if you do. I also find it interesting that there are 2 ravens on this card. There's 2 on my earrings. Just saying what I'm saying. It's okay to be kept in the darkness for a while. It's okay, especially if... Really? Especially if you really don't have a vested interest in what's going on with this other person. what sucks is this. Once this blows up, and once they keep you in the fog, and once they keep you in the darkness, and you go, you know what, I like it over here, like whatever, they're going to come right back around and ask for reconciliation, just like they always do. Just like they always do. So it's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to you at this point, whether you want to reconcile or not. This was the last card that was drawn. I mean, I am that person that if I have to cut you off to begin with, it really isn't a second chance, but that is up to you. It's completely up to you. Okay? Does that make sense, Nikki? And don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Oh. I don't see it costing you your job. I really don't. I see it just causing some interesting shifts and so on. Okay? So yeah, don't stress about it. I don't see it costing you your job. Some food. Okay, well, peanuts. All right. Olivia Mills, you're next, honey. Tiff, I don't know if you're still here, but I don't know why this put my list the way it did, because I'm going by the ticket number. So I'm sorry if I messed you up on your thing. I'm back on the way that the list is supposed to go. Okay? All right. Here we go, Olivia, honey. Helicopters. All right. Love, you actually start off with the spirit of lightning. This is a lot of energy. There's a crap ton of energy around you right now. And if it's not coming from you specifically, it's also, it's almost like you're the lightning rod. Okay? Does that make sense? Then you have the Lord of Misfits. Then you also have ambition and collaboration. Then you have treasure, beauty, and design. So, in being the lightning rod and exuding all the energy, because that's what's going on right now, Olivia. Honey, you are bringing every, I don't want to say broken, because they're not really broken. I mean, everybody is broken in one way or another. Just all the misfits are coming to you. You are drawing all of the misfit toys to you. You are the land of misfit toys, and you are drawing them all to you. The problem with this is not every misfit needs to be in your path. Not every misfit needs your energy. Not every misfit. You don't need to help every misfit. Okay? Does that make sense? You don't need to help every misfit. I need a new chair. I've come to realize that. This thing's like a couple years old, and I use it a lot. I need a new chair. What sucks is I know that you have a soft spot for them. Because if you didn't have a soft spot for the misfits, then the energy wouldn't draw the misfits in. It would draw the broken people in, or whatever. It would draw the people in that you have a soft spot for. That's why it's drawing the misfits in. Because you have felt like a misfit long enough in your life. You literally embody this Lord of Misfits card. I'm not going to lie. It's actually a pretty cool card. Just saying. Pretty cool card. So, I want you to say it with me. Okay? I want you to say it with me, Olivia. Not all the misfits are meant to stay on the island of misfit toys with you. They're not. Okay? Now, this card right here, ambition and collaboration. There are a couple of the misfits that are meant to be in your path, that are meant to help you, that are meant to be something that moves you forward. A couple of them are meant to move forward with you. The only way that you're going to figure out which ones of these misfits don't need to stay in the same lane as the others. It's funny, right before I was going to say, you need to trust your gut. I'm noticing all of the symbolism in these cards, all of the major signs that are here. Things coming full circle. Pay very close attention to their words. Because these misfits that are not meant to go on your path, not meant to go forward with you, they're going to circle their words back around repeatedly. Does that make sense? Listen to them. I would bet the ones that aren't supposed to go with you, the reason that they circle their words back around is because they just needed you to hear them for a minute. They just needed somebody to hear them, and that's fine. That's all they needed. Pay attention to that circle. With this ambition and with this collaboration comes this treasure, beauty, and design. This is a good place to be, especially after all of this energy with the land of misfit toys, with the ambition, etc. This is a lot of power cards here, and then finally something calming. So getting through all of this junk here, all of this hard junk, is going to put you in a place where you finally can see the beauty in life. You finally get to kind of rest and relax. You finally get to not be lightning anymore. You get to kind of actually coast a little bit and enjoy it. Doesn't mean forever and ever, because none of us ever get that, but the hard stuff is right now, but it's also the exciting stuff. Okay? It's also the exciting stuff. Not that the treasure, beauty, and design part isn't exciting too. Just saying. I hope that the old gods bless you as well, sweetheart. So, Olivia, I hope that helps. And I hope that helps you weed through the misfits and figure out which ones are supposed to be here with you. Does that make sense? And I love that you were like, this is incredibly accurate. All right, Jan. Thank you, Miss Tiff, for being on top of my list. I appreciate it. Like I said, guys, I am streaming this live on YouTube. Jan, I know you only had one card, but apparently I drew you 3. Or 2, I mean. And apparently I can't count. I see why. Okay. Because if I had just gone with the only card, it wouldn't have given me any answer. You have the decision, performance, and impact card. right now is the perfect time for you to look at your own personal self, your own personal performance. Okay? Nessa, you are not the only one that has said that lately. I'm just letting you guys know. I have had people come into the shop and everything saying that they're having a problem with it. Jan, you need to look at yourself. You need to look at your own performance. You need to look at where the decisions you've made have impacted your life, where the decisions you didn't make have impacted your life, okay? There's a reason, because this other card. Now, I don't want you to look at yourself and past things as right or wrong. Every decision that you have made up to this point has been exactly right for where you need to go, and you will always make the right decisions going forward. Thank you, Nikki. Oh my gosh, we reached over 2,000 members on the team. What? I just saw that. What? So I don't want you to look at it as right or wrong. I want you to look at where your path has shifted, changed, right turn, left turn, completely backwards, wherever it has shifted. And I also want you to notice the full moon above the building. The other card here is actually Scotty. She's the goddess of hunting and very powerful ambition. She's a very, very powerful woman. The reason that I say you need to look at your performance, the decisions you've made, the things you've walked away from, etc., is because it's going to show you exactly where you are, this amazing, badass, powerful person, and you had no idea that you were. So where you've been feeling like your personal power is just in the dirt lately, if you go back through and you look at all the decisions you've made, the ones you walked away from, etc., you're going to see exactly how powerful you really are, Jan. Okay? Seriously. This is a time, and these cards especially, are actually being really nice to you. Which means you must be beating the shit out of yourself. Seriously. Just take a few days, take the weekend, and just kind of have that little aha moment over and over about, oh my God, yeah, if I hadn't made this decision, I wouldn't be here and here and here and doing this. If I hadn't done this, I wouldn't be here and here and here and doing this. If I had done this, oh my God, it'd be worse. So take a little bit of time and just kind of look at everything. You're going to see where you're way, way, way more powerful than you ever thought you were. Does that make sense? I'm sorry you've been under lots of stress, honey. If it helps, this full moon, coming up to this full moon, has been stupid. Has been stupid. Everybody has been feeling these emotions. Everybody has been out of sorts. Everybody has had problems sleeping. Everybody has had some weird... I've been tossing and turning. I don't toss and turn. I sleep like in one spot. I don't move. No. I've been like a fish out of water. It's kind of pissing me off. So... you are not the only one, I promise. You're very part of that. I don't doubt that one bit. Yeah, I don't doubt that one bit. All right, Jennifer, you ready? Yeah, this full moon has been pretty fucking intense. I'm just letting you know. All right. You know, I read your comment there, Tracy, about the room spinning. And it reminded me, I forgot to check the Schumann today. I checked it yesterday because I've been having a lot of anxiety, like weird, out of nowhere panic attacks. Just stupid shit. And I looked at the Schumann yesterday because I was like, all right, let's start with all the things. And I don't know if y'all noticed it, but that bitch has been blacked out for like 2 days. Like the 2 days before, blacked out. Like, what is that? That makes me a little suspicious. I'm just saying. All right. Ready, Jennifer? I'll shut up. Okay. Honey, you start off with transformation. Then you have magical youth and regeneration. Then you have the first human woman. And then you have the known unknown. Now, I want you to look at this, Jennifer. You ready? Powerful woman. Powerful woman. Powerful woman. Powerful woman. There are 84 cards in that deck. The odds of you getting 4 cards that are all powerful women like this are not high. You are fixing to go through a massive glow up, for lack of better term to come out of my face. You're already deep in the transformation. The next part is this. You've been in this for a while. When we go through a super deep transformation, we also go through this intense rejuvenation period. It's crazy. You go through this transformation, you wake up one morning, and your face suddenly looks a little younger. Your body feels a little better. You start eating better. You start, exercising, whatever. It's just this weird regeneration every time we come out on the other side of a transformation. And that's about where you are. You haven't come out on the other side yet. It's like you're just about there. You got like 10 more feet to go. What I love about this is when you come out on the other side of this transformation, and it, to be honest, would not surprise me if it's this weekend because of the timing of this and the full moon. You're going to come out a much different person. A much, much different person. So is my hair. My hair is about to vacate the premises. I have just about had it, and we're fighting. My hair and I are now fighting. I'm done. I'm fighting it right in his face. Especially my bangs right there. Wow. Okay. Haven't even touched you. You're not even on, so I appreciate you. Okay. So my new computer over here, I have 2 monitors. It is off. It has been off for a week because I have not had time to come in and figure out what's up with my mouse. I touched nothing over here, but yet that monitor just decided to come on. The CPU is off completely. The monitors run off the CPU. Well, this monitor does. So why it just came on, I don't know. But hey, thank you, Lacey. That was interesting. Jennifer, back to Jennifer. Honey, you're going to come out a whole new person. You're going to come out a whole new person. Not only are you going to come out a whole new person, but you're going to be ready to embrace this unknown that's going forward. You're going to be ready to step into, I'm going to say it this way, a higher level path. Okay? A higher level path. Girl, you better bottle this shit up. You better bottle this shit up. You better sell it everywhere. You better become like a billionaire with it. But I wish we could, right? Enjoy this regeneration. Enjoy this amazing amount of power. And enjoy this kind of level up. Okay? You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. It's a lot of power. It's a lot of woman power. Go be fantastic. Okay? And I'm sorry I had to pause in the middle of that to talk about what a pain in the ass my hair is being lately. You know, I've had that happen a few times lately, Tiff. It's weird. Well, Tracy, come hang out with us. Come just chill and hang out with us. Okay? Just breathe. Oh, where in Oklahoma do they live? Well, we're happy to have you here, Tracy, honey. All right, Kimber. We're absolutely happy to have you here, Tracy Love. Oh, okay. So they're about an hour and a half from me. Not super far. Not too far away. Do you mean to tell them to go home? I mean, I'm happy to pass a message. Oh, man, I missed my mouth. Hello in New Mexico. We're at New Mexico. No, ma'am. Yeah, I know there's no signal. Like, there's not even on-off buttons on it. Ooh. Thank you, Jess. All right. Ooh, I haven't been to Taos yet. All right. Kimber, ready? Okay. You have creativity, novelty, and artistic struggle. Then you have treasure, beauty, and design. I've heard Taos is gorgeous. Then you have master craftsmanship and diligence. Hey, rat person, how are you? Then you have ambition and the hunt. Okay. Ooh, you are just having roadblock after roadblock after roadblock right now. Or let me say this. It feels like you're having roadblock after roadblock after roadblock right now. Aw, thank you. I will always take Aussie love. It feels like you're having these roadblocks, but you're actually not. Now, don't hate me, because this is coming out of my face. This is not just the card. What this tells me and what these cards over here tell me is that you might be a little stubborn. You might be a little stubborn. You keep trying the same things over and over and over. And those are not meant for you. Hey, Rose. That's not the path that's meant for you. None of those paths that you keep trying to go down are meant for you. So that's why you keep hitting roadblock, rose block. I like rose block better. You just keep hitting pause, stop. You have trained yourself to only see the struggle. You've trained yourself to only see the fire, the bad, the pause, the don't go here, etc. Thank you for the jellies, Jamie. When you should be looking at the beautiful side of things. If you would step back for a minute, good night, Binksy honey. If you would step back for a minute and you would stop looking at the bad, all the fire and the brimstone, stop looking at the bad. And you would just start looking at some of this good, some of the beauty in these roadblocks, some of the beauty in your path where you've been. You're going to find wide, like holes everywhere, wide open holes everywhere. So you're like, oh, here's a roadblock, but right here, if I'd have just shifted, you've got it. Does that make sense? I hope it did. I hope I didn't just confuse that even worse. It's kind of like Swiss cheese. You go one way, you're going to hit the cheese. If you go another way, you get a hole. You can just keep going, skipping through the holes. The other part of this is for your path and this is for you. Okay? As you go on this path and as you start shifting and looking at the beauty and you stop hitting the roadblocks, because you will, okay? You will, I promise. You have this Master Craftsman and Diligence card. Now, the Diligence is what we're going to focus on because behind that you have Scotty, which is Ambition and the Hunt. The big thing that you're manifesting, you're going to have to be uber diligent on it. You're going to have ambition out the ass to get it done. The big thing that you're manifesting is completely and utterly doable. It is completely and utterly right there in front of you. But you're going to have to be super diligent if you want it to come and if you want it to stay. Okay? Of course it is, Barb. This right here, thing that you're manifesting, the big thing, know that it's going to require more than just your big kid pants on. So maybe in looking at this first part with your path differently, it's going to help you look at this differently. I find it funny that it's two separate things. You're definitely a multitasker and definitely a little stubborn. The manifestation thing, you should have started yesterday. Just make sure that you're diligent and make sure that you realize all of that ambition you have is going to just drive you forward. Just this card right here, Scotty in general, is not a sit on your ass goddess, okay? At all. This is a crazy move forward, okay? Honey, let me make a comment here. In no way is it acceptable to come into someone's life and to prove themselves to you. No one has to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. Y'all don't have to prove anything to me. To go into a reader's live and say, prove yourself to me, is basically just saying you want a free reading. If you want a free reading, just suck up front and say you want a free reading. There are going to be people that offer plenty of free readings out there. There are going to be people that are happy to bite on that drama and say, oh, I'll prove myself, blah, 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 and give you that free reading. Not I. Not I. And not any reader that's really worth their weight. But when you come in and you say, prove yourself to me, my immediate answer is, no, ma'am. And I am so glad that my mod muted you, because that is rude as fuck. It's rude as fuck. I'm just saying. You obviously do not follow me on Instagram, because this is Sparta and I am Bodhi, bitch. Just saying what I'm saying. Tell me that you don't respect anyone without telling me you don't respect anyone. Just saying what I'm saying. Miss Tammie Wheeler. So I saw one of my TikTok friends on here. I never can say his last name correctly, so I'm not really gonna try. But it's Chris, C-R-Y-S. He did a video the other day, and one of my mods actually shared it in our chat so I could see it. But he was talking about people being rude. But I saw him pop in here just a little bit ago. So it's funny that he popped in and then that happened. But he's a sweetheart. So it's for you guys to get him, not y'all, okay? For those other people to get him mad like that, like, that's not cool, man. Not cool. Not cool. I need to make myself a note. Okay, all right. Miss Tammie. We ready, Miss Tammie? All right. I mean, I hope so, because here we go. You start off with feminine intellect. Just saying what I'm saying. Gorgeous fucking card. One of my favorite cards in this whole deck. Then you have forgiveness and kindness. Then you have poetry, language, and expression. And then we're gonna wait on that last one. Okay? Tammie, this is just confirmation. You ready? You ready? Honey, your gut is right about that person. Not only is your gut right about that person, it is completely spot on, 900% accurate right about that person. I know that other people around you have forgiven this person. They're telling you have to be nice to this person. They're telling you, oh, you know, you're just overreacting. You're just overreacting. You are not overreacting. You are not overreacting in any way, shape, or form. Your gut is absolutely correct. This person is not a good person. They are not a nice person, not even in the realm of being a nice, good person. They might have everybody else fooled, but they don't have your gut fooled. So just know they're going to end up showing their true colors. And I'll tell you how I know here in just a minute. They're going to end up breaking this facade that they've got going on, and their true self is going to come right through it. They are a fantastic actor. They are a fantastic actor. They're also a fantastic darker empath and a mirror that actually knows how to use their skills correctly. However, let's talk about this last card. This would be the Loki card. This would be the Loki card. This is why I said trust your gut. This is why I said that your gut feeling is exactly right. And this is why I said that this person has everybody else fooled, but not you. It's also why I said this person is a fantastic actor. They are literally injecting themselves into this situation to cause drama because they know they can. I feel like this is a young lady as well. I don't feel like there's a lot of male energy with the other person here. I feel like it's a younger girl, a younger lady. Just know that this inherent betrayal is coming, and it's going to hurt somebody around you really hard. A more sensitive male in your life is going to get hurt pretty hard by this person. I'm sorry, because that means you got to deal with it. But Tammie, your gut is 9,000,000% right about this person. 9,000,000% right. They're just a fantastic actor. That's why they're making you overthink if you're wrong or not. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Trust your gut. Okay? All right. Ready, Miss Cat Brown? You're so welcome. Did that make sense, Tammie, honey? Gotcha. I'm glad that you needed that confirmation. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. All right. Cat. You're welcome for that. I don't know if you're here or not, Cat. Somebody drank my Dr. Pepper. Those bastards. Those bastards. It is what it is. There we go. The trolls are out tonight. All right. Cat Brown, here we go. So, this is kind of a situation with a younger, very hard-headed male around you. Ready? Ready? You have magical youth and regeneration. You have diligence and resourcefulness. You have messenger and diplomat. Then you have the first human male. Okay? I don't know if this is a son, a nephew, a coworker, your significant other, your brother. I don't know who this is, but this is a younger, very hard-headed, very energetic, very, it's almost like oblivious to the outside world kind of young male that's, yeah. He is absolutely using his youth in the wrong way. But the thing is, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? There's nothing you can do about it. So I am going to say this. A, you can't stress too much about this situation because it's something that they have to go through on their own. It's something they have to learn on their own. But when I say you don't have to worry, or you shouldn't worry, I know you're like, well, yeah, but this is, you know, my so-and-so or my so-and-so. This resourceful card right here tells me that they're gonna be absolutely fine. Trust me, they are going to be 1,000,000% fine because they have tons of amazing resources around them. They also have the skills and ability to grab and use those resources, unlike other people. The thing that interests me is the messenger and diplomat card, which is next to this interesting first human male energy. Even though you're kind of on the same boat with me in that you feel like they are basically wasting this magical youth, this card over here tells me that with this resourcefulness, they're going to start to kind of back off a little bit from the path that they were on. Something in their gut is telling them to back up a little bit. That is the other reason why you don't need to worry about this person in this situation. I find it interesting that this came up in your reading, but it's obviously something you are stressed about, you're worried about. I would kind of do a hands-off, free-range approach to this and let this young man do what he's going to do and find out for himself. Everything's going to be fine. He just needs to do it on his own. You know what I mean? He needs to fall and he needs to get up and he needs to fall again and he needs to get up. You see what I'm saying? There's not anything you can really do to change the outcome of this. There's just not. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But if you can take a step back and you can let this young man just do the things that he needs to do, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And he'll be fine. I promise. I promise. All right, Sammie. It's weird. I think my eyes are going cross-eyed from looking at this computer. Nope. Hey, Hillary, those are on Monday, and you can find Capricorns on my YouTube. It kind of is a live-learn situation. Yeah. But a lot of times we want to help those we love. You know what I mean? We want to shield them from the hard shit that we had to learn. So we're like, oh, you know, like, let me just help you out. He can't be helped right now. I love peanuts and I need to be snarfing them down, but I like to snarf some more. I probably also ought to stop because not the best dinner. Don't tell Sass. All right. Sammie, you have the past. Then you have the doorkeeper and navigation. Then you have loyalty. And then you have darkness and fog. All right. Tough love time, Sammy. Honey, if you keep living in the past, if you keep worrying about the things you should have done, the things you did, etc., if you keep trying to live in the past, you're never going to see the doors that are open for you now. You aren't. You're only going to see the past. You're only going to see perceived mistakes. You're only going to see wrongs that were done to you, traumas, etc. So you're going to carry those over. So this is kind of a, if you do this, X, Y, Z is going to happen. If you don't do this, then X, Y, Z won't happen. Now, closing all those doors to you is going to do only a couple of things. That would be to have you only be loyal to you. A lot of people do this anyway. And I'm going to say this. It's not a very healthy place to be honest. It's just not. Everybody needs people in their life. Everybody needs somebody in their life. So don't be so loyal to you and to the past and to the mistakes that you've made and, you know, die on that hill that you don't want to let them go. The other thing is this. If you get into this phase where you're so deep in whatever this situation was in your past, where you're so deep in it that you just absolutely cannot get out of it. This darkness and fog card is a bit interesting. There's a lot of shadow work that goes along with this. There's a lot of shadow work that goes in letting go of all this past issues. When you're ready, I would recommend delving into that part of you. But not before you're ready. Okay? It's not a hunky-dory easy thing to do. But the cards are saying you need to do it. So I would probably recommend starting some of it sooner rather than later if you haven't already started it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that that's tough as shit, Sammy. I know it's tough to have something in the past eating you up so much like this. And no one really wants to hear that they need to do shadow work or more shadow work or any shadow work or any shadow work. Yeah. Just remember moderation for the shadow work. Moderation, because you can't do shadow work every day. All right. Miss Amelia. Woo, I did not mean to do that. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? Yeah, everybody has to take a step back from shadow work. You just have to. You can only do it as much as you can do it, and then you have to take a step back. Every single person is different. My words are starting to not work. Every single person is different. But you have to take a break. So all of these people that talk about, oh, you have to do shadow work, you have to do this, you have to have this daily app and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. No, you don't. Shadow work is working through trauma. It's working through the darker parts of you to integrate them into the light. If you are constantly replaying your shadows, your trauma, if you're constantly reliving those things, you're going to break yourself. You're going to break yourself. So take breaks. Take breaks. You don't have to do shadow work on a daily basis. Do it a little bit. Take some time off. Take a year off. Take whatever you need off. Do a little shadow work and take a little time off. Everything in moderation. Okay? Everything in moderation. Yeah. All right. Amelia, you ready? So you have tardiness and lethargy. And what's funny is you threw this card at me. You can't tell me that's not a hypocritical oxymoron. It's really funny. Then you have forgiveness, mindness, and kindness. And this guy's come up a few times this evening. Then you have healing and medicine. Then you have diligence and resourcefulness. These cards are like that really bad friend that dares you to go do something and it has to come out of your face or you lose the bet, but it's not really going to do anything to you if you don't do it. But still, at the same time, I'm like, damn it. Amelia, whatever it is you've been procrastinating about, you better get on it. You better get on it. Just forgive yourself for procrastinating and just get on with it. Because the more you have procrastinated, the more you have been lazy about this situation. It's like the harder you've been on yourself. And I absolutely get that. I feel like the worst person in the world if I take a day off. I feel like the worst person in the world. Because I'm a workaholic and I legit have a problem. And I legit have a problem. So whatever this is, this procrastination that you've been putting off, honey, you've got to just get on the horse and get going. Be really easy with yourself, though. Be kind to yourself. We all procrastinate. We all do it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Ah, there's Amelia. Oh, yeah, you are absolutely a workaholic. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way you weren't going to be a workaholic. I'm sorry. Well, whatever it is you're procrastinating about, I highly recommend just doing it. I know everybody's like, wait, that's exactly how you stop procrastinating. I know. But a lot of times we procrastinate, we start like we make a list and we do this and we have to do that. No, just do it. Just jump right the fuck in and do it. Because if you don't, you're going to miss a lot of healing. This procrastination is keeping you from being kind to yourself, which is keeping you from doing a lot of healing. And the healing is key. The other thing too is this. By getting out of this lethargy and getting out of this being late and so on, your resourcefulness and your own due diligence is going to go through the roof. I know that's another duh thing, but people don't really think about it. You don't think about how resourceful you really are. If someone said, hey, guess what? You know, you could never come up with this amount of money a week. And if you don't do it, then, you know, I'm going to do X, Y, Z to whatever it is you love. I guarantee you find a way to get that done, don't you? The same goes with your spiritual path. The same goes with your physical path, with everything. Just saying what I'm saying. lost myself for a moment there. I was thinking about my son for some reason. But the more you procrastinate, the more you forget how resourceful you are. I promise that you are way, way, way more resourceful than you realize. I was just thinking about my son because it's kind of funny. He had been procrastinating on something. So this kind of hit home for him too, even though this is, I'm not even going to tell him about this, but maybe it's just me. He had his mind set on doing something and then kept hitting roadblock after roadblock. So he was procrastinating on this other stuff. And so today he finally was like, well, I think I'm just going to stop waiting on XYZ. Honey, you're way more resourceful than you realize. Forgive yourself for dragging your feet and just move forward. You're going to heal all of this bullshit about being too hard on yourself as you go. As you go. I hope that made sense, even with the big pause in there. I'm so sorry. It was so interesting. My mind just started drifting off because it was something pretty important with him. So, yeah. I'm going to say this too. There's a lot of back and forth switch energy here between male, female. There's also a lot of flower symbolism. And the thing I love about the flower symbolism is, I don't know if you're procrastinating or putting off learning about herbal medicine and so on, but this would be a good time for you to start learning about it. Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Yeah, I just realized, I was like, you are literally drifting off about your kid in the middle of her reading. It's my B Rhodey. He's my baby. I can't help it. So, yeah, I can't help it. All right. Jackie, you ready? Hi, Susan. How are you? There you are, love. You're very welcome, sweetheart. Welcome, sweetheart. I'm down to 2 drinks now. All right. Jackie, you start off with Messenger of the Gods. Oh, you've been having some interesting day, haven't you? These other cards. These interesting dreams you're having, you actually are having somebody communicate with you. I know this isn't every night. This is just, it's only every now and then, but I think it's gotten more intense lately. The reason I say that is because next you have the doorkeeper. Then you have feminine intellect. And then you have poetry, language, and expression. So, these, I'm going to say this. Part of this is just confirmation that, yes, it absolutely is just, or is not just, it is exactly what you think it is. It is exactly someone visiting, someone giving information, someone imparting information. But I have a feeling that they're also acting in a way. They're like bringing you a riddle instead of a straightforward message. Welcome to how spirit guides communicate. But I don't believe this is just a normal spirit guide. I think this is somebody that has assigned themselves to you recently. someone that's recently passed away, and they don't really understand how to communicate correctly. So instead of coming forward and being like, hey, you're going to have the opportunity to buy a yellow sports car next week, they come in and they're like, yellow Hawaiian shirt on a pineapple day. And you're like, the what you say? They don't know how to communicate correctly. Like they haven't got the hang of it yet. But it absolutely is someone that is coming in trying to communicate with you. They're almost trying too hard. So here's what I'm going to say is going to be the easiest thing to do to deal with this. Make sure that you're recording your dreams. When you wake up and you have a really interesting dream, you need to immediately voice record that thing. Y'all, people underestimate the power of their phone. I have the voice recorder app on my homepage on my phones. That way, whenever I wake up and I have some weird ass dream, bam, I just hit a button. It's right there where my thumb goes, boop, and I can start it up. Yeah, and just be on it. Because by the time you get from the bedroom to the bathroom and then back to the bedroom or to your desk or wherever your notebook is, you're going to forget half of that dream. You're going to forget some of the most important things that you were like, don't forget this, don't forget this, don't forget this. You're going to forget. You're going to forget. Use your voice on your phone. Use your voice text, your voice notes, your voice recorder. Use that on your phone. It will help you tremendously. Okay? Because this person is speaking in riddles, don't take the things that they're saying or doing as literal, this is the message. It is something you're going to have to decode. You're going to have to completely decode, like a logic puzzle. As in, pull out this piece and look up what spiritual meaning of pink elephant, purple polka dots, whatever. You're going to have to pull things out and decode it like a damn logic puzzle. So, this person in life was someone that liked to perform as well. They were very outgoing. They liked to talk to everybody. So they're trying to talk to you in the same way they did. And it's just not happening. Okay? It's just not happening. It's just not happening. They're not doing a great job with it. And I think they're getting frustrated just like you're getting frustrated. I'm also curious too if you had something interesting happen lately and that's why these dreams are picking up. Because I feel like they have picked up a lot in the last couple weeks, especially the weirdness and I know this wasn't really a dream. So this is absolutely someone that you knew in real life and they just love to, they were very outgoing. They just love to act. It's almost like a cruel joke that they can't communicate you. They can't communicate the way they used to in life. Does that make sense? That makes sense? But trust your gut in this situation. And if you can lucid dream at all and ask them a couple of questions, yeah, the better off you're going to be. That was so weird. My hair is so white right there. I was like, that is not my earring. I was like, what the fuck happened to my hair? Don't stress if you can't lucid dream though. It's like you can train yourself to lucid dream, but it takes a bit. It takes a bit. I would just be writing all of these things down. I would be recording these dreams, etc. Yeah. You're welcome, sugar. You're welcome. Yeah. Y'all see it though? Like when I moved, that was like that. And I thought, wow, that's really pale. I was like, what's in my hair? What's in my hair? It is what it is. All right, Monique, you ready? Girl, what kind of gift you been playing with? What kind of gift you been jumping out with? This is the crossing between life and death. This is a very intense card. Whatever gift it is that you just had pop up has morphed with another gift. There's a lot of really interesting gifts popping up right now. Hybrid gifts of things. I would be willing to bet that whatever this is that popped up, you're, I think you're probably traveling in your sleep more often than you're actually sleeping. To the point that you really have one foot on each side all the time. I know I see you in here all the time. Uh-oh. You didn't see it, didn't happen. Didn't see it, didn't happen. You travel awake? Okay. Because you're traveling so much, you're going really, really far. And that is, that's going to cause you to learn some very interesting things. I don't think it's going to cause problems, but I think it's going to cause you to learn some very interesting things. So you're going to have to be really careful with your own self when you wake up or when you come back from traveling, because you're really not here or there. Does that make sense? You're not here or there. So if you don't have an anchor that helps keep you here, I would definitely get one. An anchor can be as simple as my pie stone is an anchor. It can be as simple as that, or it can be as ornate as you want it to be. But you need an anchor to help get your energy back here. Okay? And girl, find out all of the things. Find out all the things. You're traveling more and more and more, and I love it. And I love it. So, yeah. But you're neither here nor there. When you're traveling, it's like you are not quite here still, but you're kind of in this middle part. So you can actually gain a lot more knowledge than most people can. I'm just saying. But get yourself an anchor. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. Like, I can freaking feel it coming. I can feel it coming. Lucid dreaming is a very interesting monster. Like, you can absolutely learn how to do it. It just takes a little bit. So yeah. And Miss Monique, do you work nights? I'm just curious. Or do you just work late in the evening? All right, Laura, this next one's for you. You work all the time. So you're just like me. Okay. Got you. Got you. I just know that I see you in here all the time, and I appreciate you being here all the time. I hope you know that. So I just want to tell you that. Aw, thank you, Witch Bitch. How are you? All right, Miss Laura, you ready? Girl, I understand that on a deep level. On a deep level. So, yeah. All right. Good, Miss Lizzie. We have been making new batches almost daily. And, yeah, I love it. I love it. It's about time for it to get a little cooler outside. So, expect a lot of interesting videos, teas, and goodies coming out from me. Okay? Miss Laura, you actually you actually have claiming new ground. I got you, Monique. You have claiming new ground. honey, don't be scared to go and stake your claim on something that you want to do. Something that, good night, sweetie. Good to see you. Absolutely gather all of that ground. Gather every fucking bit of that ground. A lot of times we get so worried about, well, you know, I don't really want to step on toes, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. Stop stressing about it. You're holding your own self back right now, Laura. You're holding your own self back. And in holding yourself back, you're missing out on opportunities because you're letting other people have this new ground that you found. So you're missing out on all of these other things going on. Quit letting other people take your ground. Quit it. Don't make me come find you and kick you in the booty. Go grab it. It's yours. It's literally yours. Go grab it. Go do it. Okay? Hello in Colorado. All right. Angelina. You have master craftsmanship and diligence. Honey, what this tells me right here is that, hey, Jake, how are you? Is that go do the creative thing. Go do the creative thing. I don't know if you're holding yourself back because you're scared people won't like whatever creativity you have, or if somebody told you in the past that you couldn't paint or draw or whatever it is, but everybody has creative talent. Every single person. Every single person has creative talent. So don't stop your own creative process, creative flow, etc. because of someone else. Go be creative. Go do the creative things. You don't have to show anybody, but do the creative things, because here's the thing. A creative outlet helps your brain really focus and think better. Having a creative outlet is just the best hobby that there could possibly be. It helps you be more you. It helps your brain unfog its fucking self. And hey, you can make a little side money. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Go be creative. Let the creative juices flow. Stop holding yourself back. Okay? Stop holding yourself back. Thank you for all the roses, love. All right. Miss Cassie. So I have Cassie, Tori, Amy, Brandon, and Samantha. Are anchors necessary when traveling? Yes, I would not travel without an anchor, but I know that if you are traveling, you don't have one yet. Like, I mean, you just don't have one. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys know that you travel when you sleep, then I would absolutely get yourself something to anchor you here. Okay. Like I said, I have my pie stone on. I never take it off. I used to take it off when I dyed my hair, but I don't even do that anymore. All right. You start off with Gandalf, which is the wisdom card, and he was slightly whopper-jawed like this. Not too bad, but he was slightly whopper-jawed. And then you have the crafty mead of poetry. Then you have Lord of the Misfits. And then you have the Berserker, the warrior, last. Sometimes, Casey, we can't be all love and light. Sometimes we can't be all knowledge and no. You didn't see it. It didn't count. You can't be all just knowledge. You just can't. I have this feeling that you've been kind of getting pulled a little bit to step out of the love and light phase and start delving into some of the other things. Because of these cards right here, it talks about you're pretty funny, whether you realize it or not. Not only you're pretty funny, but you're pretty damn ornery, because this crafty mead of poetry right here. You know how when you give certain people a beer, and after they have a beer or two, they get relaxed, they get super funny. They get super funny. They're really ornery. Like, that's where you are normally. So I don't know who this Lord of Misfits represents, but when you finally decide to kind of let loose and be the berserker, and I'm just saying because this came up this evening, it's time. It's time. It's time to become that warrior, that berserker, that, you know, fuck you right in your face kind of person. I don't know who this Lord of Misfits person is, but I almost feel sorry for them whenever you get ready to, son of a bitch, whenever you get ready to unleash your crafty mead of poetry there. What I love, this literally lays out how ornery you are. I mean, it literally lays out how ornery you are. Undercover ornery. You're really intelligent, so you keep the undercover ornery, like, back here. Honey, go be all the baneful you want to be right now. You've been loving light for way too long, and you have to have balance. And if you don't get that balance, the universe will swing you that way anyway. So you might as well channel it to whoever this fucking Lord of Misfits is that is fucking with you right now, and let them have it. Let them have all of that berserker, and let them have all of this ornery shit that's going on right here. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. You can't be all love and light. You just can't. Okay? And inquiring minds are going to want to know what it is that you're doing. Inquiring minds are going to want to know. I'm just letting you know right now, Cassie. You've got to come tell us. We need all of the gossip, okay? We need all of the gossip. We need the gossip about the Lord of Misfits, and we need the gossip about what ornery shit you did. We just need all the gossip, okay? That's the requirement. That's the assignment. Like I said, I almost feel sorry for this person, but not quite. Because if they've done enough to trigger that in you, then yeah. Oh, so this did make perfect sense. So this did make perfect sense. I love it. All right, Tori, you ready? You do need to stop being so nice all the time. Absolutely. Being nice is our way of trying to get everybody to like us, and it's just not, it just isn't feasible. It just isn't feasible. You have to be yourself. Woo! No one saw that. It was behind my hand. No one saw that. I just made a little woo, little tiny Ric Flair. No one saw the yawn. All right, Tori, ready? All right then. Hello. You have Hell, which is the ruler of fears. I don't know what's going on, Tori, that has got you a little stirred up. But here's the thing. The only way that you're going to get past the situation is to do it. I love the saying, the only way out is through, because that's the truth. No matter what the problem is, you can say you're going to skirt this or skirt that or whatever, but The universe always ends up rerouting you right back through the middle of the fucking problem. The only way out is through. Really? I almost took my eye out with the card. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just saying, learn from what I just did, or what could have happened from what I just did. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. But, Tori, Hell is a really powerful person. She is an amazingly, amazingly powerful and scary ass deity. I know that there are a lot of people that say they're not afraid of anything, and I'm gonna tell you right now that they are lying through their face. Every single person is scared of something. Something. Some people are scared of everything. But the only way to get through a situation and to get past a fear is to just face that thing head on. So I don't know what is going on in your life right now that you need to face head on, but you absolutely need to. You absolutely need to. You're going to have to be brave, face it head on, and do the things. I promise when you face your fear, you come out way more mature and way more powerful in here when you just do the things. There's only a few things in my life at this point that I'm not about to do because I am deathly afraid of them. But yeah. Yeah. All right. Amy. Woo. Okay. 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 Miss Amy Adams. All right. Ambition. Really? I haven't seen this card. Interesting. Ambition and competitiveness. This is the old card. I don't think I've ever drawn this card. It's okay, Tiff. I know all of our eyes are tired. Yeah. Honey, this is my only account. I only have this account and my shop account. So please, please block that person. Yeah, I have never drawn this card, and I've had this deck for almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. So yeah. Ambition and competitiveness. Whoever it is that's competing against you, don't let them pull you into a competition, because you're not in competition with them. You're not in competition with them. They are in competition with you. Let them be in competition with whoever they think they need to be in competition with, but you don't have to be part of those Hunger Games at all. You literally can step back and go do what the fuck you're doing and not stress about this. Just because someone wants to be you, just because someone wants to be in competition with you, just because someone wants to do everything you do, have everything you have, doesn't mean that you have to be in competition with them back. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Just go on about your business and let them do whatever they're going to do. Okay? Let them be in competition with themselves, and you put your energy in a much better place. In a much better place. Okay? All right, Brandon, you ready? Well, that's funny. I went from a card I'd never seen before to Odin. So this is wisdom, poetry, language, and omniscience, which is being able to see all things at all times. It's being able to see every aspect of a situation. Here's the thing about the Odin card. There's a lot to it. But in this instance, we're going to talk about the omniscience, okay? When this card pops up with the omniscience, You have to be careful about the information that you let out. Because when you can see all aspects of a situation, you also can see what part of the information you can and can't let out. That is one thing that sucks about doing this kind of stuff for a living. You're going to see stuff, you're going to know stuff, you're going to get messages, you're going to have information that you can't ever really tell someone. You're going to have information in front of someone with a reading or with whatever that you can't tell them. You're going to have dreams. You're going to have just know things. You're going to have your clair aliens, your clair, all of the clairs be popping off stuff, and you're like, I can't tell you. Like, you're going to know. Like, it's one of the things I hate about what I do, because there are times that I can't even tell you how many times I've had to hold information back because it wasn't my place to tell the person XYZ and let them not get the experience from it. We all have to have certain experiences in our lives. And there are some things that each different person, each different family member, each different soul has to experience and accomplish while they're here. And just as a human being, talking to other human beings about other human beings, we all know damn well that if someone were to go, oh yeah, you know, I know clairvoyantly you're wanting to go here and here, but I'm telling you right now, it's a shithole. Like, you can't hardly get in. And you know what I mean? Like, they sabotage each other. It's really interesting. But you don't have to give the information, and you don't have to use the information. Then there are going to be times when you're not allowed to give the information. I feel like I just skipped something. I feel like I was going to say a sentence and then I didn't. And so if I made no sense just now, it's probably because my brain completely forgot a sentence, because I'm like, wait, I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. I like Tiffany's like, what? What's up with you? Yeah. Yeah. My brain is on overload this evening. Absolute overload. But there's going to be things that you're not allowed to tell people. You can't give them the cliff notes of some major thing that they have to learn. But you have to have this omniscience to be able to see everything and see why you can't tell them. So, I know it sucks and it's not the best gift to have, but it's still cool. It's still a cool gift to have. I'm just saying. I love it and hate it at the same time. At the same time. So you got to have the wisdom and the discernment to know what you should and shouldn't say in information to someone. Okay? And it's kind of all just learning from experience. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know why that particular thing popped up for you. I do think it's interesting that Odin popped up for you. Just saying what I'm saying. So if you've got the ravens poking you lately, if you've had the wolves coming about, whatever it is, apparently he's been poking. And maybe that was actually the real reason why that card came up. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Good night, Nicole, honey. And I'm trying to draw cards for Samantha, who's throwing them at me. So now I gotta put that exactly the way it fell. All right, Miss Samantha. You are so welcome, honey. How are you, Vegas Wolf? I'm just refreshing my list here real quick. Well, here, I thought I was done. All right. So I have Samantha, Amber, and Alexis. I've got to go in and turn these tickets off because, yeah, I'm gonna be dead to the world here in just a minute. Cha-cha, cha-cha, cha-cha. All right. Oh, y'all didn't see that face I just made. I hate that when I go out and I come back in and it just fucks up my list. All right, ready? Ready? Nope, you're not the last. I have you, and then I have Amber, and then I have Alexis. All right. What is up with the Gandalf tonight? Anyway, you start off with Gandalf with wisdom. Then you have the card that I had never seen until tonight. Ambition and competitiveness. Like, that's okay. Then you have economy and revenue. Oh, I see. And then the card that came out sideways is aging, maturity, and healing. This is the one that flung on the floor. And it is sideways. This is like a steps, okay? To do this, you have to do this. To do this, you have to do this. To do this, you have to do this. I don't know what it is with Doc this evening, but he will not leave Zeus alone. He will not leave Zeus alone. All right. Honey, at this point, you have gained enough wisdom to know that you are not like anybody else. You have gained enough wisdom to know that your gifts are not like anybody else. You have also gained enough wisdom to know that people suck. People suck. The more wisdom we gain, the more we pull ourselves away from people and society. The smarter you become, the more talented you are with your spiritual self, and the more that you utilize your brain, the more you're going to realize that you don't really want to be around people. But the problem is, apparently you have a kind of competitive bone in there, and you are absolutely that person. Good night, love. You are absolutely that person that is all about a challenge. And if somebody says, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that, you are that person that's like, watch me do it. Watch me do it. So the problem is, as you get smarter and as you pull away from people, it makes it to where you don't really have a lot of people to be competitive against, to have an ambition and a drive to move forward. You know what I mean? Like that, to move forward. So, yeah. You're going to have to get out in people and be competitive, unfortunately. Because of this. This is the economy and revenue card. So if you don't allow yourself to get out there and be competitive because your brain is working overtime too much, it's going to cost you economically. It's going to cost you with your finances. But what's interesting is this right here. It's time to kind of table your healing and you moving forward. It is time for you to pause with the healing aspect of stuff, because these things right here need to happen first. The economy and revenue has to happen, the competitiveness has to happen, and the wisdom has to happen, and will actually go along with all of these things. I find it really interesting that this is the healing card and it's sideways. Girl, go be competitive. Go let your strong-headed little butt get out there and be competitive. Don't worry about being the mature person right now. Don't worry about being agile. Don't worry about nobody finding out. Don't worry about any of that. Okay? Don't worry about any of that. That can come later, because this is literally a neutral position. All these other things are not neutral, though. They're very powerful, but they're not neutral. They're very go, go, go. Get them, get them, get them. Do the things, do the things, do the things. So this is your pep talk. This is your coach speaking. Go do the things. Go do the things. Go be amazing. Go be epic. And I'm just saying what I'm saying. Table this shit for right now. You don't have to be the adult right now. Okay? And thank you for being here all the time, Vegas Wolf. I love you. Just so you guys know, I might happen to be coming to Vegas in January. Just for a weekend and just for hanging out and just for that. So I may do just a little meet and greet. Just a little. Just a little. Hey, Christine. Thank you for the jelly. I love the jellies. That's why I did the jellies this evening. All right, Miss Amber, you ready? Woo, okay, okay. Now, that one's one we haven't seen tonight. That one's usually popping out all the time. Aw, thank you for all the roses. It has. It's been a long while since I've been to Vegas. Last September. It's been a year. Last September. Yeah. So I'll be going the weekend after my birthday. My dude is taking me to Vegas for he goes out there to meet with some friends and stuff every year. So he asked me to go. So we'll just leave it at that. All right, I'm gonna shut up now. All right. Miss Amber, are you ready? Like, don't pay no attention to the man behind the mask over here. All right. So you start off with magical youth and regeneration. Then you have feminine intellect. You shush there, Abby. Don't be awing me. You shush. Then you have feminine intellect. Then you have the conflict behind the mask. And then, thank you, Kaelna. And then you have beauty and vanity. Honey, this tells me that you are fighting with yourself on a deep, hardcore level. I've talked to a couple people today and almost said this same thing word for word. So first of all, you are not the only one going through this stuff, Amber. Okay. You are not the only one going through this. Oh, thank you, Kimber. You're so sweet. I love that I looked over there and just happened to saw that. You are warring with yourself really hardcore. A lot of people are right now. They are fighting with whatever awakening they went through. When you go through a big awakening, you feel like that was your child life over there. Even if you're like 50 when you went through your awakening. This is your past back there is the beforehand. That's your child life. And this is your adult life and your spiritual self as you're learning and going forward. So when you go through any kind of level up, any kind of spiritual, like any of that stuff, your intellect, your feminine or masculine intellect, that divine knowledge deep inside there goes through the roof. And because of that, we start to really struggle with ourselves. We start to struggle with, well, does it really even matter if I put on makeup? Because nobody's going to remember in 10 years anyway. Does it really matter if I do this? Does it matter if I do that? So you're really struggling right now with the things that you used to do that you felt made you feel that made your self-confidence higher. You're struggling with all of that. Here's the thing. No, people may not remember in 10 years what you wore on October 1st, 2021. No, people may not remember, that your hair was this color or that color whenever. People may not remember that shit in 10 years. But what they will remember is that you showed up. They will remember that you were kind. They will remember that you were a good person. They will remember how you looked, but to a lesser extent. So don't stress so much about that. Do the things that you used to do that make you feel beautiful. Do the things that you used to do that make you feel powerful and more confident. But don't put that at the forefront of everything else. Because if so, when you have this kind of regeneration, like I said earlier, I don't know how long you've been here or whatever, but when you have this kind of regeneration after you've leveled up a little bit, you're going to be such a night and day different person, and people aren't going to recognize you. So don't let all of that exterior shit get in your way of doing all of the spiritual things that you need to do that are on your path to do. Does that make sense? The other thing is this. The person that you've been behind this mask for years and years and years, almost in decades, but I don't want to assume your age, so I'm sorry. But I mean, I just lost my train of thought. It just went completely out the window. Yeah, I need to go face plant. But stop stressing about this. Okay? Stop stressing about this. Stop stressing about the outward shell of you. Honing your gifts and paying attention to those and using those to help other people regenerate is so much more productive and will make you so much happier than just being pretty, than just feeling pretty, than just owning that personal power. You can have both, don't get me wrong, but owning your gifts will always help everything else, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. So, oh, honey, if you just had a baby, don't push yourself. Seriously. Seriously. I had to push myself with my first son, and I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it at all. Okay? Not one bit. Don't push yourself. Push yourself to learn spiritually. Don't push yourself to get back in the swing of things after having a baby, okay? Take your time. Take your time. I hope that made sense, Sweet Bee. Don't stress so much about the outward shell there. All right, Alexis, you ready? Funny, you have the Master Craftsman and Diligence. So with this card, 6. Oh, I love that. I love that. So with the Master Craftsman and Diligence, for you, it's not just, you know, the creative aspect. For you, this is more about integrity. It's more about making things right, doing the right thing. And I know that that's sometimes not the coolest thing to do. The other thing I want you to look at, and I'm going to hold this card up really close. I want you to look behind him. I want you to look at the city back there. Notice all of the high water. Notice the sun is like right there. Notice that there's a lot of things wrong in this picture. Doing your due diligence will keep the people around you safe that are benefiting from your gift. I feel like you're honing your clairvoyance. I feel like you're honing your clairalience, which is hearing. And I feel like you need to trust yourself more. Does that make sense? I have people ask me all the time about trusting myself and about keeping those people safe around you. I mean, he's literally standing up here, keeping watch over things. I have people ask me all the time about how to overcome not trusting yourself. And my only response to that is you just have to put that information out. If you're seeing a pink slug bug with eyelashes, you have to tell them. That may be, they may have that car hit them. Do you see what I'm saying? You just have to put the information out. There are still times that I do readings and stuff that I'm like, man, I don't know if that resonated. Like, they didn't tell me anything. Like, am I wrong? I have that problem all the time. All the time. So, for any of you guys stressing, every single reader, I don't care who they are, they still question themselves. No matter how good they are. No matter how good they are. They still question themselves. So, do your diligence, protect your people, and don't question your gifts, okay? Don't question your gifts. They're going to be there. They're going to be there. The more you use them, the more you give them out, etc., the stronger they'll become. Okay? That makes sense, Miss Alexa? Well, with that, I'm going to turn YouTube off over here. Maybe. Kind of, sort of.